What is up, guys? What is up, guys? Welcome to the stream. I know there's not really anyone in there right now, but for the time being at least, I am excited. Chelsea finally have won a freaking game. It's been too long. It's been way too long, to be honest. And yeah, let's just talk about it. Honestly, let's talk about it. So Chelsea played Fulham today, and prior to the match, they were 10th in the table. And with this 1-0 victory, this moves Chelsea up into 8th place to kind of consolidate themselves in the top half of the table. Funny enough, this has been Chelsea's first clean sheet in basically a month, which is actually insane to think about. At least first clean sheet in the league in basically a month. Last time they had a clean sheet was when they beat Sheffield United 2-0 on the 16th of December. And I think overall this would be Chelsea's third clean sheet in the Prem. So, it's definitely a good sign defensively. It's kind of one of those things where you kind of have to build small steps of progress. There's still a team that's young, still a team that's trying to figure themselves out. And I mean, if we kind of right now, if we just kind of analyze the game, kind of see what happened throughout, and what they could have done better, what they could need to improve on, that kind of thing. I apologize if there's any background noise. So, looking at the game stats, I'm going to present it right now for us to look at. So, looking at the game stats, you look at the statistics, we see that Chelsea had most of the ball. They had an XG of about 2, which, to be fair, usually how I like to do XGs, I like to take the XG that was given to me and divide it by the amount of shots that they had. So they had an XG of per shot around 0.12, which is actually a pretty decent amount, which just kind of shows the shot quality that they had throughout the match. So I would say 0.12 is usually a decent, usually indicates that they were, creating good chances, because this kind of to mitigate for the fact that when it comes to XG, one of the kind of major weaknesses of as a stat is that you kind of have to make sure that you account for the fact that teams are going to shoot a lot. Some teams are going to shoot more than others, so you have to make sure that you account for that when you're using it. So now looking at the lineup, we had Chelsea played a back four of Colville, Thiago Silva, Diassi, Gusto, had a midfield of Caicedo and Fernandez and Conor Gallagher, with Cole Palmer and Raheem Sterling on the wings, Broha at striker. And the first person I want to kind of get to is Enzo Fernandez. So what I really liked about Enzo today was he was all over the place. You can see even by his heat map, he was getting the ball in controlling the play in many, many different areas. Really helps to link up play. You can see he had 93 touches. I think he probably had the second most touches from anyone on the pitch. The only person I think had more touches than him was Levi Colville. He completed 4 dribbles. He had 5 long balls, 2 crosses, which and I know his pass accuracy is a bit low, but it's not really that bad when you factor in all the progressive play he was facilitating. Um, and then you also have to look at his defensive work too. He was very active defensively. He was not scared to put in tackles. He was not scared to get into duels. He won 9 out of 16 duels. So 3 tackles, an interception, block shots, 3 clearances. So he was, doing his due diligence, both offensively, defensively, in every state that Chelsea needed him. And especially when you look at his average position, it was towards like that right half space. But as you can see, he had touches in the box, touches dropping deep into defense, touches going all to the opposite side of the pitch. So he was Chelsea's definitely most important player today in this game, in my opinion. Then another shout out to Cole Palmer, who obviously got the assist. Well, not the assist per se, but was the one that created the penalty in the first place. What I really liked about him today was he was very active on the right side, drifting in as well. He even did a shift in at center forward when Broha went off, was subbed out. Uh, I I think he and Gusto had a lot of good interplay with each other on that right side, and he was able to really just like play smart, play well, and keep the ball rolling for the team. Sorry, I may have accidentally put out the. So, sorry about the interruption. Just continuing on. I thought Mal Gusto was also really good as well. He was, a little bit, probably should have been sent off for that Willian chance, if I have to be completely honest with you. But outside of that, he was solid defensively. It's a lot of tackles. He was really good offensively as well, really good in possession. As you can see, obviously, like, it really made sure he's tucked in and stayed to that wide right. But there would be times where he would come in towards the middle to help with the interplay in the middle of the pitch. And I thought he was really clean today. So I also wanted to get, and then as you can also see by the average positions, he was the more attacking of the fullbacks. Colwell did do, decently in terms of going up. Like, obviously, like, because the issue with Colwell is just that going up is just not really his forte. It's not really his game like that. And I will say at times he did kind of let Sterling down a little bit, even though, like, I know can be questionable at times in his play himself. I thought he did a solid-ish job, especially in the first half, as an outlet for the defense whenever they needed to just like kind of get the ball up when they couldn't advance through the ground, like through those middle areas over here. Broha, I'll be honest, I don't really know what he did today. Like, he was okay. I just don't think he has the skills to play at the level that Chelsea need if they want to advance up the table. So I definitely thought they were missing Nicholas Jackson today a little bit. Conor Gallagher was an interesting one today because honestly, I'm not really sure what he did today. Like if you like, it was weird because since Fulham played a lot more passively, like his aggressive pressing style was a little bit more redundant because Fulham weren't really gonna like have the ball like that anyway. He didn't really affect the game as much as I would have liked. And I would say that at times he even tended to kind of get in the other players his way. Um, but I mean, he was all right. Like he didn't really do anything detrimental, so like I'm not gonna go too hard in on him. I thought the center backs were really good today. Diaz, I thought was really good today. I thought, he really commanded like his space well. He was really proactive in terms of killing Fulham's offensive game. I thought he made a good job of kind of covering for any of Thiago Silva's mistakes whenever he makes them. And getting to that, like Thiago Silva, like he was still solid today, but I think the only thing that makes me nervous is that due to how old he is, how slow he is in terms of recovery. Anytime he tries to step forward a lot, um, it kind of like makes me nervous because it's very easy to kind of catch him um, off guard because he's not going to have the pace to recover when he gives up that space to go forward. And as you can see, as you can see, he was kind of like the last man back a lot of the times. So there would be times where it would be like he'd kind of have to foul, or he would have to try his best to delay the Fulham attackers until the rest of the team got back because he just doesn't have the pace to make a lunge. Not that he doesn't necessarily have the pace to make a lunge, but it's more so if he does, try to make that tackle, he doesn't have the pace to recover. So he doesn't want to risk doing that, which I mean is understandable. Um, but yeah, overall, I thought today was a decentish performance. I thought in terms of the bench players, Madueke I thought was okay. He came on, he did some positive things. He was able to kind of suck in a lot of the Fulham's wide defenders, and he put in some decentish crosses that unfortunately, some of the players were not able to get on the end of. But I thought he was overall pretty solid. Pinchot, I'm not really sure why he was played at left wing. I don't know. I don't know why we're going back to that from the beginning of the season. I guess we're gonna see Pochettino what Pochettino is trying to cook with that, but you know that comes in due time, I guess. But yeah, I'd say that was kind of like my review for the game today. I thought overall was pretty solid. I thought that um, there's definitely more that could have been done, but you know, they're just trying to build momentum right now. The most important thing is right now Chelsea have finally gone out of 10th place purgatory. They're no longer in 10th place. That's probably the most important thing, to be honest. So yeah, if you guys, anyone that sees the video later, please like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you thought of the game below, and have a good day.